Hello everyone, this is Nathan. Today I'm going to be reviewing Gears of War Judgement as a retro review. Before I start the review, I do want to just say that this is a 360 game, so it's near enough impossible to find an online match. So I'll just be reviewing the campaign aspect of the game and everything that kind of falls around it too. Now, being a massive fan of the Gears of War franchise, I never actually got to play Gears of War Judgement. I remember at the time of release, they was telling us all these new ideas that they were adding to the game, but none of them gelled with me at all, so it kind of put me off playing the game. A lot of it just wasn't what you would expect from your typical Gears of War game. This game is considered to be like the black sheep of the series, and I feel like I kind of missed an opportunity to see where the creators wanted to take this franchise. So I thought it would be a good idea to go back and do a retro review in this game and maybe see if it is just a little hidden gem that I missed out on. With Gears of War 3 ending the attack of the Locust, this game actually takes place before the first Gears of War game. It takes place 15 years to be exact. Now, you don't play as Marcus Phoenix like you do in the other Gears of War game. You actually play as Baird, and he's actually the leader of his own squad, and Cole's also with him. They're both younger than they are in the previous games, but this game introduces two new characters to the game, and that's Sophia and Paddock. Gears of War Judgement actually starts off at the end of the story, and the whole squad is facing trial for disobeying orders. It's very different than what you would expect from other Gears games. It's a very cool way to tell the story, with each member of the squad narrating different parts of the story as you're playing the game. Bear and Cole are a lot younger in this game, of course. Cole is a lot louder, a lot more energetic. There's a lot of fun to have with the character Cole. I would say Bear is a lot more serious in this game, but he still has that sarcastic side, that smart ass we all know and love about him. Sophia, on the other hand, she's very serious. She's very loyal to the COG army. She takes all her orders very seriously. Paddock, on the other hand, he was actually facing against the COGs in the very first war, and he will constantly tell you of all the bad stuff the COG army have done to the world, all the destructions they've caused just to fight the war against the Locusts. He's a constant reminder to tell you what the COG has actually done to people living their lives in this world. The story for the game isn't too complicated, but it's enough for you to want to move on and go to the next chapter to find out what happens next. The most interesting part about Gears of War Judgement is actually the gameplay. It definitely doesn't play like your traditional Gears of War game. This game definitely has an arcade feel to it. You actually gain extra points for doing executions or getting headshots, or even doing multiple kills at once. Another big thing they added was you actually get ranked at the end of each action sequence out of 3 stars, and at the start of each action sequence you actually get a choice to do an optional mission which will add conditions to the game. Like, some missions might be you can only use snipers and handguns, or some might be you don't regenerate health. Completing any of these missions will give you extra points to try and achieve that 3-star ranking system at the end of the action sequence. Another thing I love about these optional missions, they actually place it in the story as well. There might be a time where you can only use shotguns, and if you choose to do the optional mission, the character narrating the story will actually put it in as part of the story, saying something like they couldn't find any weapons set for shotguns, so they had to make do with what they had. It's a very nice touch to the story, and it's something I really did appreciate. Now, I didn't love every aspect of the arcade side of things. For whatever reason, this game limits you to 2 weapons. You can only have 2 guns at once. So it kind of makes you not want to pick up certain weapons. Like, if you saw a pistol, you wouldn't want to pick it up because you've already got 2 primary guns anyway. And during some of the challenges, especially the ones when it makes you use certain types of guns, it can be fun, but it also takes away a lot from Gears of War. If you see a Locust using a torque bow, you won't be able to pick up that gun. Instead, enemies drop ammo boxes for you to collect just so you can get ammo for your guns. And for some reason, a lot of this game, it builds around setting up bases and turret guns while Locusts are come and attack you in a horde. It can be fun, but over time it gets very repetitive very fast, and you just kind of want to play normal levels like you would in the other games. Something I did appreciate about the game, and it's even in the current Gears of War games as well, but that's co-op split screen. You just don't see it in every games nowadays, and it's something I definitely appreciate, and it's something I enjoyed playing with my wife. We had a great time playing together, trying to achieve that high score so we can get 3 stars at the end of the ranking. The villain of the game is Khan, and as much as I love his design, he's not actually threatening. You only see him at the beginning of the game, and then you don't see him again until the very end of the game. The characters between the squad actually give you a couple of dialogue to give him some sort of backstory, to create some sort of character arc, but you just can't believe it because you just don't see him enough. I think this was a poor part of the game. Gears of War Judgement was very ambitious, and it actually adds a lot of cool new ideas to the game. Trying to go for that high score, going for executions, those headshots, just so you can achieve 3 stars, was actually my favourite part of the entire game. The problem with Gears of War Judgement is there's just no rememberable set pieces. You kinda just plod along, and the level designs aren't the best either. You find yourself getting a little bit bored towards the end of the game. And like I said, I did enjoy the arcade side of things. They just didn't find the right balance between adding this new mechanic and what we would expect from the previous Gears of War games. If you are a fan of the Gears of War game and you didn't get to play this one like I didn't, then I would definitely recommend you go check it out. But other than that, I just can't recommend this game to anyone else. My overall score for this game is a 7.3. If you enjoyed this retro review, please leave a like on the video and tell me what you think in the comments below. Now until next time guys, GG's.